And we are winding down our coverage here at the Noosa Mining and Exploration Conference. With me today is Chris Brown. He's a senior analyst with Morgans. Chris, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much, Daniela, and welcome to Noosa.
Yes, wonderful time. I'm having a fantastic time, and so many great companies here listed on the ASX, which I'm sure a lot of our audience back home will appreciate. I want to talk metal forecast with you today. Let's start with gold. So many investors back home frustrated with the price movement here. It's stubbornly stuck and not moving.
Yeah, well, I mean, overnight it's dropped to around 1224. So it's broken through that 1240, 1242 resistance or support. So who knows where it's going to go from here. But I think one of the things about gold is it's not about the fundamentals. It's really about the market's perception of where they see the price going to go. And when they all get confident, it'll go up. And while ever they're still a bit neutral or negative, it'll wallow or go down.
What's interesting is, the headlines today were President Trump almost saving gold, asking the Fed not to continue raising rates. Do you think that's going to hold gold at these levels then?
No, I don't expect it to fall below here, but it may well. I think it's stuck in a trading range, from say around about here up to 1350. I don't think we're going to see a breakout to the upside. I don't think we're going to see a collapse, to the downside either.
What about on the silver front?
I don't follow silver so much. To me, there's so much industrial demand for silver. You do have to look at silver as a supply-demand commodity, whereas I think with gold, no gold ever gets destroyed. It's a matter of stocks and flows. Who's got it and who wants it? So
Chris, within the commodities complex, which metal or which play do you think has the most upside potential?
From these sorts of prices, I think gold has the volatility. So if you're prepared to sell it when it goes up and buy it when it goes down, you can have a lot of fun. I think probably in terms of gross upside, I'm still a strong believer in copper. I think we're going to see that comfortably above $3. So after the recent downturn, I think there's good upside from here.
Offline, we were also talking about China and what they're producing and what we know about those numbers. Do you have any insights as to what the real deal is there?
I don't think I've got any insight. I'll quote you from...
No secret sources in China, Chris?
Well, the former chief Asian economist for ABN AMRO was a guy named Eddie Wong, and Eddie commented that the Chinese central bank figures are to central bank accounting what Enron's figures were to corporate accounting, and they're the only country that produces its quarterly figures within a couple of weeks of the end of the quarter and never revises them, whereas all the Western economies can't produce them for well over 3 months after the end of the quarter, and they're 12 months later they're still revising them. So I'm not a great believer in China figures, but I think we can understand where they're going with what they're doing, and you look at their gold production, for example, and it's risen from somewhere around 50 tonnes a year in 2000. Now they're producing 450 tonnes a year. So if you simply, and they've never exported it, so if you simply add up what they've produced since 2000, you're looking at over 4,000 tonnes of gold. And yet their figures they report are only 1,800 tonnes, 1,800.
Say if we were to get those real figures, would that weigh on the price of gold? Would we see a drop?
No, I think if you saw what their real figures were, that people would realise that they've been soaking up so much of the production. They're actually interested in the physical metal. They're not interested in gold-backed paper or exchange-traded funds. They want the physical metal.
What about the pending trade war between China and the US?
Yeah, who knows where that's going to go. We haven't yet had the war. We've had a lot of chest beating, a lot of talk about it. And sadly, I suspect we might end up in one. But I think the complexities of that, we've already seen the Chinese devalue the yuan, so the impact of the tariffs that Trump's proposing have been partially hedged away. So I don't think I'm smart enough to work out where we're going to go if there's a trade war. I would say I'd probably be moving more towards gold than anything else, though.
Very humbly said. Chris Brown, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Danielle.
And thank you for watching. We'll have much more for you, so be sure to stay tuned to Kitco.com. Thank you, Chris.